My fellow Sassians, good morning. I hope you are well. I hope you are fabulous, and I hope that you are a darn sight more rested than I am. Let me tell you something. You ever had one of those mornings where you wake up and you go, no? You go, no, mentally. You go, no, physically. Your heart is like, nah, we're not here. Yeah, that was this morning for me. Yours truly is exhausted. And it's that kind of productive, functionary, we got to get through this kind of exhausted. And you kind of look back on your last several days and weeks. You're like, well, that explains it, doesn't it? I mean, it's I did this, I did that, I did this. No, we've done too much. And I've done a lot, and there's yet still more to do, especially as February is right around the corner, and February can be a very stressful month simply because it's a shorter one. So there's the still same amount of work and less days to do it. Yay! So, yeah, a bit sarcastic, but that is my nature. I don't know if we've picked up on that, but yours truly can be a little snarky. I know. It's all in the name, babe. It's Sassy Scorpion Tarot. It's not the passive Scorpion, whatever. It's we have a stinger. And we use it. I've had 2 cups of coffee, and we're like, there's going to be a third at some point. But for now, we're working on some herbal tea, because guess what? The big confetti pop to all this is that we also have the telltale tingle in the back of the throat. So if we're starting to sound a little raspy, a little coughy from the chest, oh joy, well, we might be heading in the direction of a cold. So when it rains, it pours. Speaking of which, it's slated to rain all week. Yay! So I tell you what, things happen in threes, honey. Things happen in 3. It seems like the negative, but also the positive. So let's just go ahead from my points of view, okay? As someone who believes in the power of 3s, I know it sounds weird, but in my experience, this is what happens. So I'm going to go ahead and knock this -3 out this week, because that means I'll have some lovely positive ones after that I can cash points on. Don't listen to my nonsense, but if you know what I mean about the powers of 3s, that's where we get that concept of when it rains, it pours. It just seems like this and this and this. But then on the flip side of that means there's positive things coming through as well. So let's just go ahead, let's get the weather knocked out. Let's get this possible cold knocked out. Let's get the rest of that kind of working calendar knocked out. I'm going to conquer that mountain, plant that flag, success, 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 because that's what we do around here. All right, today, you guys, we are going to go ahead and do a past, present, and future reading, or a 5-card baseline, also called classically the horseshoe spread, once more, which is a past, present, and future. We will clarify some, not all, oracles, and then charms. Like always, take what resonates, leave what does not. Do keep in mind these are general collective reads, not one-to-one private, which is to say they may not resonate, which I know is incredibly frustrating, but it's also incredibly normal. If that's the case, check out the placements. You will find yourself in there somewhere. Expect some shorts this week, and of course the Sunday check-in. You guys, I will see you at your sign. Take care. Be well. Sag, welcome to your Thursday check-in. Show me Sag, please. What is going on for Sagittarius? Oh, okay. What's up? A little choppy there. What's going on? Show me Sag, please. Past, present, future. Sagittarius, past, present, future. 6 of Wands, Queen of Cups, 7 of Wands, Ace of Pentacles, 2 of Wands. Interesting decision making you're showing me here. This looking like it's not too far back in the past. 6 of Wands tends to have a bit more of an oomph, so I'm not thinking this is years ago. It may not have been yesterday, but I don't know that it was necessarily years ago. Anyway, 6 of Wands, a sense of triumph. Yes. Aha! I did it. Achievement, energy, rejoice. Rejoice, rejoice, rejoice. Recognition. And Queen of Cups, heart space. You feel so satisfied, honey. I think many of you are right around here. Actually, like I said, these don't feel stretched out. It feels fairly recent, but past, be it last week, still counts as past, right? But yeah, there's a sense of joy and triumph, and your heart space is like, I'm feeling it. I'm all about this feeling. This feels so good. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. So your heart's kind of singing, I knew it, because there is an intuitive process here, and it's like, I'm feeling nothing but love, and I knew it. I knew it. P.S. I knew it. And then the Seven of Wands, you're like, boundaries. You're like, okay, tighten up these energies. Seven of Wands, right? In here, we have the sense of do not disturb my peace. So, and this, which I think is interesting. I think the Seven of Wands here is better, better depicted for that reason. It's a sense of boundaries because I don't want my peace disturbed. There are things that I'm focusing and or concentrating on. So it's not necessarily about, having walls up unnecessarily, as we see in the fight position or fight stance in classic tarot. So Seven of Wands here, like I said, is better demonstrated as I have something I'm working towards, or I have a particular stance I'm taking, it will not be disrupted. So here you're showing me, this is where I'm at. And it's kind of selective activity from this point. And here, once more, you're showing me the focus is something important to you, Ace of Pentacles. So it's kind of like your time, energy, and effort. You're being careful with it. You're being cautious with it, particularly as your emotional flow is concerned, because it seems to be all pulling towards this Ace of Pentacles that you have working for you in the future. And then the Two of Wands, you have decision-making ahead of you, which again, that certain sense of being present and upfront, and this is the moment, this is the day, seize the day kind of energy here attached to you. So really feeling your energies as they happen in the moment, and trying to stay present, focused, which I respect a great deal. But it has a common cause surrounding it, and that's the Ace of Pentacles. It's like the best of me is flowing into this. And then even in the future, like, I'm still here. I'm living and working and deciding through the present. So let's go ahead and start right back here with that Six of Wands, that sense of triumph, that sense of recognition. It may have a touch of ego in there. That's okay. Ego is part of life. Like all things in nature, it depends on what we do with it. So there is such a thing as healthy ego and unhealthy ego. And it really comes down to that sense of recognition and triumph. Where is it coming from? Did we earn it? Did we work for it? Or were we just feeling really good that day? Or is it going into a place of, I look good and I know it? Thank you. I'm sexy and I know it. It's kind of like that. Let's see that Six of Wands. That was me the day I got good news, that was me the day I got my good news about the column. That was awesome. All right. What's going on? Ace of Wands. Look at that surge. Justice. You did know it. You're stamping this with, I knew it, I knew it, I knew it. You knew it energetically above all. Some of you really appreciate the intuitive process, and I love you for that. You're just, there's like, I knew this was coming. I knew it. Seize the day. It's here. It's my day. It's my day. It's my day. For those of you who didn't hear that, it was my day B word. Self-censored. It is possible. It is within my skill set. I just choose not to more often than not. But yes, I can self-censor. Anyway, many of you had that strong sense of intuitive triumph. I knew this was coming. I knew it. I knew it. Oh, seize the day. 'Tis glorious. Now, whatever that is, I don't know. But when you felt it, it weren't too long ago. And you know exactly what I'm talking about because you resonate strongly with it. That's either... You either felt that or you didn't, is my point. Because that is a day in your timeline not too long ago where you knew. You knew it. You knew it. And when that moment arrived, your spirit sang who you are as a person, kind of sang. It was just full joy. Full, naked, raw joy. And I did it. This is mine. Justice, karma. And it's such a... You can definitely get drunk on that kind of energy, And that you had reason. You had reason to rejoice, honey. I'm not saying you didn't. But that's the kind of spiritual... a good strong punch of that. You're going to feel a little drunk. Giddy. The bubbles of the champagne went to your head, this kind of thing. But yeah, you knew something was coming and you weren't wrong. Strong sense of triumph. Look at that energy. Your heart space is a lot more at peace, ease. I'm open to love. I'm receptive. But now, Seven of Wands, boundaries, don't bother me right now. Because now you hit apex with that energy. Let's see what that Seven of Wands is about, please. So I don't know what that is, but for the Sag I'm looking at, how you would apply it to you specifically, you would know exactly the day. You would know the day where you had that triumph. It could have been something in work opportunity. It's just how you're showing me energetically how it applies to you. You're like, I knew this was coming. I knew. You just felt it. Let's see that Seven of Wands, please, for Sag. But I like it. And this wasn't too long ago. No. That's very much a fresh energy. It's still with you. Very much still with you. Let's see the Seven of Wands. Why are we guarded here? Why are we protective of our time, energy, and effort? Devil. Ace of Swords and the Knight of Cups. There's something here that you understand bothers you from occasion. You don't want to deal with it. You're saying it would take away from your triumph if you messed around with it, so you ain't trying to fuck with it. That's it. It was really straightforward. You're saying your heart's in such a good place now, and you had such a strong victory. You knew it was coming. You were right. Boom, it hit your radar. You got verification. Your heart did a triple leap in the air, and it's been hard for you to come down since. Except now, right now in apex, something comes towards you fairly regularly. Physically, I don't know. Energetically or spiritually, it approaches you and you reject it. It has a sense of romantic attachment to it, where every now and again there's a feel towards you, and possibly even a thought. Maybe some communication. I don't know. But it's something that comes to you out of poor attachment. It's not honest. It's not honest in how it feels towards you specifically, but it feels a lot. It might be an obsessive thought towards you, an obsessive feeling towards you, but either way, it's not honest with those obsessive thoughts or obsessive feelings. You ever been in that situation where you think about someone all the time, but you would never say that? Or I feel about you all the time, but they would never say that. So it's kind of like that. It's kind of like if you knew how much I thought about you or how much I felt about you, I would gross you out. So that's what I'm saying. It doesn't seem to have a physical presence. But every now and again, would it somehow, in some way, affects you? Vibrationally, if you want to put it. I know I hate the vague concepts, guys, but in reality, it's true. Energetic influences, vibrations, if you will. Because I don't know where they are physically with you. I have no idea. I just know that when you get a vibe or a thought, because they got some strong thoughts towards you and some strong feeling towards you, but they're not honest with either. Whenever you get that vibe, you're like, no, Seven of Wands. You're like, what I feel and what I'm doing is too good, and I don't want my peace disturbed. I don't want my heart disturbed. I earned these good karma points. You understand me? I earned these good feeling points. These are mine. You're like, these are mine. This is my triumph. This is my feeling. I don't want anything with that. It's Seven of Wands. You're like, no fuckery allowed. It's really strong with you. And I don't blame you. Inherently, there's really nothing wrong, okay, when we think about someone or feel someone too much. It's just when we're not honest with it, where it's coming from. That's when it takes a devilish shape. It's not that the thoughts might be nasty or the feelings are nasty. It's just where they're coming from in the way that's dishonest or won't be straightforward or won't reveal itself properly. That's why it's devilish. Might be a perfectly good person. It's just the way they present their energies towards you isn't. You see what I'm saying? If it's fear, then that's where the devil's coming from. I'm too afraid to tell you what I think and really feel. You see, and then the devil shows up. So again, the devil has many different interpretations. From what I can tell, this person's terrified to tell you the truth or their feelings. Thus, the bad vibrations stay between you two, or the bad energy stay between you two. Or it could be someone who really does have poor intent towards you, and you still know that they ain't changed. Thus, their energy gets blocked. You get to understand how that best defines you or doesn't, okay? I just know that when you feel it, bare minimum, or think about it, you're like, wall. I got shit to do. This is mine. This is my thing. This is my gig. This is my good feeling. This is where I'm at these days. Let's take a look at your Ace of Pentacles. Like I said, you want the best of your good feeling and intentions and actions that are open and honest, flowing towards some opportunity here. Let's see that Ace of Pentacles, please. The opportunity could be work. It could be love. I don't know. I don't know. But you want that darn good feeling apparently you earned. And I don't dispute it. I'm looking at it. I don't dispute it. You want that to continue on into the best of you. Okay? When we're honest about the best of who we are and what we feel, it tends to flow into everything else that we do. Make sense? So this person, bare minimum, is not honest with their thoughts or feelings towards you. But they still point them at you. You know? All right. I wonder what they would say if they weren't so afraid. Indeed. Chariot, Eight of Wands, the Empress. As far as you're concerned, the best of you, what you do, how you do it, your gig, okay, is taking care of business. All right? And you're really good at it. You're really good at it. I love this moment of triumph in you. When you just knew this thing was yours and your heart space is gorgeous. That, no. Ace of Pentacles are like, but this is my business. The Chariot, Eight of Wands, the Empress. This, no problem. You communicate 100% on time and effectively with this. So you're telling me then it's selective. You know what to block and you know what to open up towards, as an Empress should. The Empress concerns herself with productivity. That's why she is the life force of the life bringer. She gets shit done. She produces. And you're saying when it's time for something to be effective or productive, no problem. Communication, movement, action. Communication, movement, action. Make it grow, make it grow, make it grow, make it grow. Make it bigger, make it stronger, right? We want more from this. You're saying I've got a lot here in terms of opportunity and I put the best of myself into it because I know what produces. Ergo, you're blocking this because you know it doesn't produce. It's not effective. It's not effective in communication or feeling or anything. That's why you block it. Over here, you're showing me, I know it works. Therefore, I put myself into it. This, therefore, is anti-work or does not work for you emotionally, mentally, etc. I don't know what that is. But the fact that you said this is non-productive and that's why it gets the cut-off label, it does not get to access your good feeling or your good work. You're like, this, no. It's not honest or I have nothing to give it. It's too fearful. They can't get their shit together, whatever this is. I don't know. But otherwise, you're showing me I live life on my terms and I value productivity. I value something that's there and shows up and gives me something to work with, something to talk to, and reasons for me to invest in it emotionally, physically, you name it. You're like all parts of me are present. And you are thriving on that Ace of Pentacles. No hesitation there. Communication on point, action on point. Whatever this is, you do very well for it, and it does very well for you. I mean, you look very relaxed, competent, and I would dare say successful. So whatever this is fits you like a glove, honey. Energetically, you're on point with it. You're intuitively into that process, and there's something here you know does not work for you. Or it's supposed to be blocked because it's too fearful, or it's too harming in nature, or frankly, it's just... well, I mean, it's just no good. You know? But you showed me such a high level of I know what feels good. And I'm relentless with it. So whatever this is doesn't make you feel good. Doesn't make you feel productive. And it doesn't make you feel like you have anything to contribute with it that's good or healthy or the best of you. You know? It doesn't seem to offer the best of itself either, so I can't blame you. Two of Wands. If we can't get the best of someone's honest thoughts and feelings, there's not much to work with, you know? What are you going to do with that? Not much. They ought to know. You don't turn around and give them any of your energy. Let's see that Two of Wands. Death, Six of Pentacles, the Knight of Wands. Yeah, you said no unnecessary balances. You won't do it. Not even balances that on the surface might look attractive to others. You say you won't deal with it. There's something here you are permanently discontinuing in future. Okay. You say you just don't have energy to give it. It's a little further out on your timeline. But when you look at the decision fundamentally, You're saying, I don't want to give a particular Six of Pentacles some sort of balance. And again, once more, guys, that could be anything. Any sort of balance you have in your life where you give something and you get something. You give something and you get something. It doesn't have to just be work. You're saying there's something here that, frankly, just don't have the energy to fit it into your life anymore. Again, you concern yourself with energetic advantages. Does this make me feel good? Does it make me feel correct about myself? And if the answer is yes, you proceed. If the answer is no, you don't proceed. You've shown me that very clearly. It sounds like you have a very similar process to myself. Does this energetically make me feel good and correct? Yes? All right. Let's keep on keeping on. That's awesome. And then you can produce something from it. Am I right? Something else here clearly doesn't. And I do see this as being different. This one's already blocked of its own admission. Energetically, mentally, emotionally. Something else over here in the physical, a little further out, you're saying is no longer productive. And that's a very strong decision coming from the Empress, who is completely focusing the best of her energies and efforts towards this opportunity, Ace of Pentacles. Good job. All right. As for that, I don't know what to tell you, honey. You seem to already have a process in place for this. Simply, you deny the energy, any attention. Specifically, you do not give it any attention, and specifically, you do not give it any energy. So it seems like you already have that plan in place. Over here in the future, once more, I have to emphasize, yes, I repeat myself, and that's because people aren't listening always. This was something physically you balanced with until one day you will not. That's a little further out. This, I don't think you physically balance with it at all. But for those of you believe it's the same concept or the same point, then that means physically you connect with it here, even if mentally and emotionally you try not to. I see them as being separate, if I'm being honest with you, but you take it as it resonates. Okay. Fortune's Wheel, number 23, luck and right timing. Yeah, everything has a time and a place, doesn't it? Keeping ourselves open and available to that right thing at the right time, us continuing to put good energy and focus into what matters, that's when the Wheel of Fortune tends to work in our favor, okay? It's not us doing nothing and hoping we get something from it. I don't know where people get that magical thinking. I want to do nothing and expect the best. No. We get the best when we have the background work to put into it. This is the energy. These are my thoughts. These are my focus. These are my activities that are making sure that I have access to the best in future. And that means we know when to discontinue things and prune things off. And then we take away that which might be pulling away from our fortune's wheel. Okay, makes sense? Anyway, some of you got touched with a bit of luck. Number 23. Not a bit, though. I love that triumph. Oh, I love that triumph in the opening. That makes me so happy for you. All right, let's get some angel answers. Ask for help from others. We're not an island. Okay, some of you remember to know when and where and how to ask for help. Be resourceful. It seems like you have that at your disposal. But yes, from time to time, we all need to know when and where and how to ask for help, you know. We still do the majority of work ourselves, but we also need to know when to rope others in because we're limited, okay? So, know when to ask others for help. Some of you are used to doing things on your own. I understand. I get that same level of spirit. And there's just times when we have to know, okay, maybe I should ask for help on this one. Yes, we still need to do the majority of the work for ourselves, but we include others along the way. In winter, for many of you, it's for those of you who live in the northern hemisphere, that would be now. We are in that particular story arc now. For others of you, where your winter is further out in the southern hemisphere, this is where I'm seeing a lot of your energetic influences today, okay? But congratulations are in order regardless. We have the letter E, T, J, the key. Oh, I love the key. I do. I love the key. I love an ornate key specifically. Beautiful object. But the symbol behind it is what we really gravitate towards, right? The key. I have the key to this particular journey. I discovered the key to unlock the door. I always kind of see it in terms of the jailer, you know? You can either be the one that you feel is behind bars or the one that can set yourself free, you know? You can either see as being absent from the key and you can't access it, or that you do have access to the key and you get to figure out how it's used. Anyway, empowerment. And then we have the infinity loop, you know, the feedback system, infinity, healthy soul bond, that kind of thing. And then also the concepts of good karma and bad karma. Everything comes back, right? And there's that sense of flow right here in the opening. I knew this was coming, and it's my time, it's my due. And you felt it not too long ago. It's still packing a punch to this day, you know? Anyway. All right, Saggy honey, I hope this helped you. It was a beautiful read. Loved it. Very intriguing. I like how you have a handle on this one, the Seven of Wands portion. Okay. I think many of you are right about here. When you next feel that undercurrent, that thought or that feeling that won't quite come forward and is honest with you, you already know what to do, apparently. You just shut it down. I won't indulge in the obsessive thought or feeling like they do. Something like that. Anyway, I love how you really throw yourself in that Ace of Pentacles, and you know when to prune things off in future too. All right. I hope this helped. Like I said, put in the comments. Take care. Be well.